Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now spring has come to Portugal. It's nice and sunny and warm. Feels good. We got some real feel-good music on the channel today as well. We've got some superb quality bands, 3 post-rock bands. Just going to be an absolute delight to check these bands out today. Now we have 2 very similar bands on this channel who like to make submissions. Astraya and Astraya. One of them's a heavy metalcore band, but the other's a superb high quality post-rock band, and that's who we've got on the channel today. These guys have made a priority submission and pushed them through the band, through the channel. Now these guys have still only got 94 subscribers, which is an absolute crime for a quality band like this, who just sounds super great. So next time these guys are on the channel, I want to see that they broke a lot more than that. The track they've got for us today is called Dystopia. Let's give it a spin. Cool. Nice instruments in this band. Nice stretch chords. That's not the cymbal he's playing there. bass line. Great, superb, very, very nice music, man. I'm going to remind you that these guys have got less than 100 subscribers on their channel. And they're putting out music like that with a great video as well. I just love black and white videos, watching the band like that. I think it goes with metal and all kind of heavy music. It just suits the vibe great. So I really enjoyed the video as well, even though it was pretty simple and basic, but it was filmed nicely and in high quality. Very, very nice. Bunch of nice instruments and gear and amps and everything to look at as well in the video, which is great. But man, these guys, the only thing I'm going to say that annoyed me is the sections in there where the drummer should have been playing his ride cymbal, but he was actually playing his hi-hat. And that's just a gripe of mine. And that's because I'm always looking at the drummer. Whenever the drummer's on the screen, I'm looking at the drummer pretty much, because I'm just like a moth to a flame to drummers. I absolutely love it. But if I see one where they're not playing the right cymbal, it's a gripe of mine, that is. So I'll just say, watch out for that in the future. If you're doing live videos like that, make sure you're playing the right cymbal at the right time. Because I know a lot of drummers in these kind of bands do like to improvise. You know, they're not always playing the same thing that's on the album. They're kind of in the moment and feeling it at the time. So it might be different every single time they play it. But for the video, you got to try and match it to the actual album track, because otherwise it just doesn't feel right to me. It's a gripe of mine to see the drummer playing the wrong cymbal. The only other thing I wanted to mention as well is where they brought in that really nice kind of emotional solo section towards the end there, a bit of lead guitar. I was thinking they could use that. That doesn't have to be a solo section, in my opinion. I would use that right throughout the whole track. Throw in as much of that stuff because it sounded great, had a great emotional, creepy vibe. And these guys have got a kind of creepy, unsettling vibe to them, I would say. You know, it's not kind of soft, nice music. It's not summertime music. It has got an eeriness to them, which I really, really like. And that solo work, lead work on the guitar, I think would go really nice, even with the vocal as well. You know, have that extra layer within the sound there, working with the vocal, weaving in and out and things like that would sound really, really nice. So I'd think about that jamming out going forward, and see if that works in the kind of tracks and stuff. I think it would. It'd just be another layer to listen to, because you've got the dual guitars in this band, and it's not like what a lot of bands do is where they have dual guitars, but they're both panned out to each side, so you just have a double layer in each ear. These guys were a separate guy in each ear, so you had that stereo effect, but because they're slightly different and don't play exactly the same and have their own tone and things like that, you know, you get a dual stereo effect, but in each ear, so you can listen to this guy and you can listen to that guy as well. Really like it. Not all bands do that, but I really like it when bands do that, because it kind of splits your brain when you're trying to. My brain always tries to break down the track, listen to each member of the band, break it all down into its different sections. And when you've got that going on in both ears, you kind of split your brain trying to listen to it. I really, really like it. I think it just adds more layers to the music. That's why I say another layer with the lead guitar throughout the whole track would just be another great sound to listen to. Thanks for making a submission, getting back on the channel. These are one of the bands that I just, you know, when I see them come through, I go, yeah, that's going to be a great day on the channel, and it always is. The next band we're going to check out, we've only had on the channel once before, and their track was such a mind worm to me. I still sing it all the time. It just seems to get triggered in my mind quite often. And and I just keep singing it. But it's a really great track. I have gone back and listened to it, but I don't need to listen to it again on YouTube or anything like that, because I'm just always singing it in my head as well. I must sing it at least once a week in my head for the day. You know, it's one of those mind worms where you can't get it out of your head for the whole day. This band is called Brutus. They are kind of more popular than the other bands that we're going to check out today. They got 50,000 followers and things like that, which is great. But even for that, I would say these guys are pretty much underrated, because they could be, you know, as big as you like. And they got a really great sound, and a sound that lots of people could get on board with. Their track today is called Liar. Let's give it a spin. Another great bass tone. The bass. Superb, man. They are such a great band. I'm really pleased I found out about this band. I'm sure that one's going to get stuck in my head as well. These are. I think this band are underrated, even though they are quite popular. They should be really, really popular, in my opinion, because I believe they have got the X factor. I'm thinking maybe they're maybe too heavy to be really popular, and they would have to tone that back a little bit, which I wouldn't like to hear, but you know, you could understand it because they are quite heavy. You know, there's a lot of distortion. That bass tone is heavy, and it sounds great though, Jesus. But the thing that they've got in this band that sets them apart, that is really the X factor, is a vocalist, her tone, her voice, her inflections, the break and the rasp and the roughness and the soulfulness that it's got. She's just got a superb voice with so much going on in it and to listen to. I'm surprised that hasn't been the thing that's really propelled this band forward, because it should. She's got a really superb voice, and I think it would even suit those kind of TikTok kind of videos that you hear. And maybe these guys could break through in that way if they got kind of a TikTok clip, because a lot of bands can get famous in that way now, but just having a 20-second, background music on a TikTok clip that gets seen by tens of millions of people, and suddenly your track's been heard by tens of millions of people, and they start Googling you and trying to check out your band as well. It can be a good way to, especially to get in with the younger audience, the Zoomers and things like that. So that could be one way these guys, do break through in a way. But she's got such a great voice, and their music is so great as well. Got such a great energy and just moves in all the right ways and sounds great. I just think this band could go as high as you like, and her voice should be known. It's a distinctive, original voice that you do that's got the X factor. The last track we're going to check out today is a part 2 of a video that we checked out a while back now, and I have kind of forgot half of what happened in that video. But basically what happened is roots and vines started kind of coming out of a guy and chasing him about. The band is called Brighter Days. They've got a part 2 to that video as well, so we're going to try and wrap that up today if you can still remember it. If not, go back and check it out when they were last on the channel. The track is called And Maybe Never Come Back. We're going to finish with this one. These guys are super great as well. Let's check them out.
I don't really care about how it used to be. I just wanna be alone. At last, I'm sick of trying for nothing. Isn't it great to be alive? But who will miss me when I'm lost? I mean, where's the purpose? I don't feel useful, but I still have to survive. Maybe one day I'll look back and see what I did wrong, or if what I did really was wrong. Sometimes it's easier to hide behind an obstacle instead of jumping over it. But now, this is my time to spend. I don't want to let it all just disappear.
Man, the bassists today have just made this music absolutely amazing.
But you're incompetent of living it, even if it's with someone else. And I was waiting for my relevance. That's why I consider myself selfish. That's why I try to start over again. But maybe I just won't live.
I was going to say that dude just wants to find a nice spot in the middle of a field. He's turning into a tree, apparently. Great video though, really enjoyed it. Super nice, man. I told you we were going to have superb quality bands on the channel today. I wasn't lying. This is as good as it gets on this channel. Super high quality bands. And would you believe me as well if I told you that last band have 216 followers? So between the first and the second band, we haven't even broken 500 followers, which is an absolute crime when we think how high quality, how cool their music is, the high quality videos that they've put out with their work as well. Man, you can't ask for any more out of these bands. They're ticking all the boxes. They're putting the music together in the right way. It sounds great. There's loads of layers of music going on. They're all high quality musicians with high quality instruments and gear, and you can hear that, and it comes through in the sound as well. It's all just high quality as you like. So what more can you ask for from these bands? Just get on board with them, start checking out their music and enjoy it, because that's all there is to it. You wouldn't nitpick with these guys. They're not looking for tips and tricks on how to get better, or kind of, is my mix okay, and things like that. These guys, you just sit back, enjoy the music, recognize the quality, and just enjoy it. Now, everything's been superb today. The videos have been great. The guitarists have been great, and their tones. The drumming's been super nice. The vocals have been absolutely top quality. But I'm going to give the video to the bassist again. I think that's two videos this week already, or at least one from last week, where I've given the video to the bassist, because this music, without the bass in the way that it's been today, without the thickness, the bit of grizzle and dirt and distortion they've added to it, the fullness of the sound and how it anchors everything together. Without those guys in the band, or if they didn't have the fuller tone that they've got, this music just would not come together, wouldn't pull together in the way that it does. It's usually the drummer, but I would say the bassist in these bands is kind of the linchpin of the whole band. And everyone else is hanging off of his bass and his arms to try and pull the sound together. And if he wasn't the kind of rock pulling it all together, it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't sound as good as it does. So the bassists are the kind of hidden trick to these bands. So if you're thinking about starting a post-rock band, make sure you've got a superb bassist. He's got some really nice gear with a great tone to it, because it's just essential for this kind of music. And when you hear the bands who have got that kind of bassist with all the tone and all the rest of it, they're above and beyond all the other bands who haven't got that. It's the thing that makes these kind of bands stand out and takes the music to the next level. Super nice. So fair play to all the bassists out there. Hope you've enjoyed that today, guys. That's as good as it gets on this channel for this kind of music. The highest quality music, bands going under the radar. Even if they've got 50,000 followers, they're still going under the radar for the quality that they are. So get on board with them, check them out, and then start to enjoy their music. That's what it's about. See you tomorrow, guys. We've got some extreme deathcore. Nothing like this. So if you only like post-rock, you're probably not going to come back tomorrow. But if you're a regular and you like just seeing what comes through the channel, tomorrow is going to be a great one. We're checking out a new band to the channel, Extreme Deathcore. I don't know, I've never heard of them, because they got loads of stuff out. Another really high quality band doing all the right moves. And I can't wait to check them out. I think it's going to be a really dope show. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see you tomorrow for that if you want to come back. Otherwise, we'll see you when we see you next. Cheers, guys. Bye.